and welcome to a brand new episode of The World Today. I'm Ahmed Nader, and as usual, we will be discussing the latest headlines and the articles published in several newspapers and magazines from Egypt and the world. And I'm honored to be having with me here in the studio today Dr. Arif Ad-Dasuqi, the political analyst. Dr. Arif, thank you very much for being with us today on The World Today.
Thank you.
We will be starting straight away from Al-Ahram online with the main headline saying registration for the Egyptian parliamentary elections opens on Sunday with the Brotherhood absent. Preparations for the Egyptian long-delayed parliamentary elections will be shifting into high gear this week. The Higher Election Commission, the HEC, announced that the candidates seeking to stand can register for 10 days between the 8th and the 17th of February. The committee head, Ayman Abbas, said that the registration begins on Sunday at 9 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m. except on the 17th of February when the window to register will close early at 2 p.m. Abbas, who is also the chairman of the Cairo Appeals Court, indicated that the elections will be held in two rounds, beginning on the 21st and the 22nd of March and ending on the 6th and the 7th of May. The country's new parliament, the third in 5 years, could hold the first opening session at the end of May or early July. Political analysts expect that the record number of candidates will be able to stand in the elections, even if the 87-year-old Brotherhood group and its allies will not be part of the process. Dr. Arif, how could be the new parliament succeeding in restoring democracy and stability in the country?
We hope really that the new parliament will succeed in its job to make a stabilized democracy approach, to make a stabilized discussion for a huge number of laws, making a stability in the economic direction, in the democratic directions, in all our life needs for new establishment of the structures and laws coming in these days, because really we are in much more need for a lot of exchanges of a new package of laws in economic direction, in democracy direction, in the structures of all Egypt have to go to execute the future map as a whole from point of view that we have to struggle against many bad things we have now, and we see that a lot of things must be changed this year.
Yes.
We hope that this new parliament will have a special structure able and capable to attack all the bad things we have and we see, and we are in need to make a lot of changes, but there must be some caring about the elections and those who will be nominated. We are not against the nomination of anybody, because if somebody has the right, unless loyal objections,
even of the Brotherhood organization?
Oh, no. Mr. Mubarak Beys, Mr. Mubarak Fawaz, the Muslim brothers, all who has the right to be nominated can be nominated, and this election must be run purely without any intervention of anybody in these elections. By chance, it will be more representative to all Egyptians. If we will stop this or this not to go or not to be nominated, all will show that the elections is not clear, is dirty games, and so on. So
the people has the right to be run for the elections.
The people will select the most suitable representing them, and we have to see if they will go ahead and represent really all Egyptians. Okay, go ahead. If they will be against our wishes and our needs in the future map, so we can change them immediately. Those who go to Tahrir Square 2 times, changing not only the parliament but the head of Egypt, are able to make a third change if they will not be really good representing Egypt.
Yes, so in your opinion, and the expectations for the upcoming parliament, who will be winning the majority in the next General Assembly or the parliament?
There will be no majority. I expect this, and it is not only expectation, but it is real expectation, real calculations. The parties has no power, no force in the street. Those who will be winning in Cairo, the 120 nominated through the candidates, this will be the most powerful directions, will be inside of those who are saying that we are the government, but this is keep it outside. But the 420 will be a real representative, because who has a base in the street will succeed. I am from the countryside. I'm living in Cairo, but from the countryside. Yes. And I know those who are speaking now, the parties has no power at all in the street. The parties played a game with Dr. Ganzouri, played a game with Mr. Amro Musa, played a game with so and so and so and so, and by the end, these days, we know that there is no written article in between them, or any written article, or who will be nominated, the 100 in the direction of Dr. Ganzouri, in the direction of Amr Mullah, and the other. There is some groups today and grouping today. Tomorrow they are differentiating and against each other. Yes. And we see this. You and I and all of Egyptians see that today they agree, tomorrow there is a conflict. There are some stand.
Just like what happened after the 2011 revolution.
Yes. So there is no parties at all. There is who now can speak about the parties. Please tell me which parties and which groups and which contracted in between them. Nothing. Everything. The parties here are now looking only for their own. The parties here are looking only for their own service to be sure that they will be
parties' interests.
But if you are speaking as parties, they will be tied together as parties, not as a head of parties. This is the main problem, and we know this, and it is well known and very clear to all that they agree today, tomorrow they are conflicting and believing in searching for another group, so and so. They are running as a football match.
Yes, and still speaking about politics here in Egypt, and of course the bilateral relations with Russia. President Vladimir Putin will be here in Egypt on Monday. How do you see this visit, and of course the meeting between Putin and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the future?
I think, and as I see, that this visit is very, very important. Not only to Russia, not only but to both, because Putin is a big player over the international table. Yes, he's a big player, and he is one of the strongest heads all over the world. Russia is not so easy country, but it is a most important, powerful country. Now he is coming tomorrow. There is a lot of points must be discussed, and he is coming, and they played with him the game of Crimea, and as we see now, and can read it very easily, that the United States is asking Mr. Putin to solve the Syrian problem, and they give him a very big permission for the solution of the Syrian problem. Yes. The Syrian problem is one of the most important problems over the Middle East area, and this problem is now. We can see in Syria that Shia, Sunni, Daesh, and so a lot of terrorism and a lot of terrorism directions supported by other.
Daesh actions, a lot of teams.
Their action is very, very deep and very dirty. Daesh supported from the United States. Daesh is supported from the Western countries. So they are fighting